Drag racing fan between the slicks. Well, let's light it up and talk about drag racing. Got a great show tonight. Later on, we'll have Justin Ashley on talking with the 2020 NHRA Rookie of the Year briefly. And then also representatives from his new sponsor, Smart Sanitizer, and ask them why in the world they're in the world of NHRA drag racing. But we are certainly glad to have them involved and get their experience from their time at Zmax Dragway for the NGK, NTK, NHRA 4 Wide Nationals. That is a load of acronyms when you give that title out, ladies and gentlemen. Sam, good to see you, man. Good to see you on the show. Everyone else, please chime in. Let's get the conversation started and enjoy the great sport of drag racing and talk about it. Hit the like button for me, hit the share button for me, and chime in. If you're on Twitter, chime in. If you're on YouTube, chime in. If you're on Facebook, chime in. Mike, dude, get on a Nitro Harley. I agree. I know. I need to do it. I should have talked to Jay Turner while I was at Zmax. I believe he went on to win. Maybe it'd be a good time to talk to him about that for sure. Well, folks, let's look at some NHRA TV news. Let's look at some NHRA TV news. Some great news for, I think, drag racing fans when it comes to TV. Yes, toward the end of last year, it was announced that there was another package with FS1 and Fox coming out, and that we could expect a lot of good things. Dwayne, yes, I completely agree. My plan is right now concerning Southeast Gasser Association, I want to get Quayne on for a mid-season recap, basically, and talk about what all is going on up to the mid of the season and what we can look forward to toward the end of the season. So I agree with you. Hello, Scott. So, NHRA TV. We were told that we'll have a couple of NFL lead-ins. We already had one NASCAR lead-in, and that was very, very beneficial to the Gator Nationals, nearly 2 million viewers. Well, they revealed the rest of the schedule for the NHRA TV on Fox Sports 1 and Fox. And I think for NHRA fans, and for years, we complained, and oh, did we complain, and I think at times rightfully so, about ESPN and the coverage that was there. Fox, I think, is treating us well with what they're going to give us as NHRA drag racing fans when it comes to the national broadcast. So we're looking at races on FS Fox. So, looking at the schedule, there was no race coming up that was to start later than 6 p.m. Do you remember the ESPN days? I think you do. Waiting to 1 o'clock for NHRA drag racing. 6 p.m. is going to be the latest time coming up for the start of an NHRA drag race. That's not bad at all, folks. Some games don't even start at 6 p.m. in the world of stick and ball sports. So, definitely, that is great news. The U.S. Nationals, which ran on Sunday, they're going to continue that this year. Coverage will begin at 11 a.m. for round 1. It will then go over to Fox, Big Fox, at 1 p.m. So we're going to get a lot of great coverage for the U.S. Nationals with the NHRA. And also Epping. Man, shout out to Epping. They just announced that they've got some title sponsors for the race. The New England Nationals, TascaParts.com stepped up along with a Bandero Premium Tequila, connected with Bob Tasker III, connected with Alexis DeJoria, and they get big-time sponsors on the New England Nationals, not only sponsorship for that race, but they're going to be on Big Fox. Epping, little Epping, throwback track is going to be on Big Fox. I think that is so good for Epping. I think that is cool for them. I'm glad they're going to get some spotlight. Let me say this about Epping with mentioning them. Epping is not the nicest facility out there. It's not. But they don't claim to be. What they do, though, is they truly appreciate the fans and they try to accommodate the best way that they can. They know at an NHRA national event, they do not have all the facilities necessary. So they bring in portable restrooms that are nice. So they got like marble in them and they're air conditioned. They're very nice. They do those type of things to accommodate the fans. And I can appreciate a track that attempts to accommodate over a track that thinks they've accommodated already. Remember that. Now, continuing on the TV, the Carolina Nationals, that's the 2-wide at Zmax Dragway. It is in the countdown, and it is the race with a NFL lead-in. I am looking forward to that particular race. I'm looking forward to the data from that particular race, and I want to see what does it do for NHRA to be the opening act, as it were, to an NFL primetime Sunday night game and scenario and situation. That is what I am definitely wondering. I hope it's big for the sport. I definitely think and could not tell from what they offered in the means of the schedule, but a lead into NASCAR, I think that fits even better than NFL. We'll see what happens, though, concerning the one that we've got this year in conjunction with the Carolina Nationals at Zmax Dragway. Remember, folks, personally, I do believe we've got a uptick in viewership in the NHRA. Not that every race has had the most stellar ratings, but remember, the Gator Nationals, nearly 2 million, and they estimate that it's possible over 2 million in the time of overlap. Over 2 million viewers watched the NHRA Gator Nationals, and in particular, the finals. And you may ask, well, what about Atlanta? Why was Atlanta so late? It's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. Atlanta was a rescheduled race. And because of it being rescheduled, it had to get placed into wherever it could be concerning a airing time on Fox Sports 1. So that's why it was so late at 11:30 p.m. before it came on the air for us to enjoy the last Southern Nationals. I think we are, as drag racing fans of the NHRA, I think we've got a very favorable TV schedule ahead of us. Scott chimes in. Did you see Smoke make passes in Charlotte? Yes, I did. I was there, and not only was I there, but I filmed them. Later on this week, there will be footage from the test session, the Monday Nationals at Zmax Dragway. There were Pro Mods testing, Pro Stock testing, Top Fuel Funny Car was testing, and Pro Stock Motorcycle, along with Factory Stock Showdown, making a few hits. So a great variety of cars on the Monday Morning Racer camera. Later, you can see that on the Monday Morning Racer YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe, and you'll see that great test footage, including Tony Stewart. And he made a great pass. Chris chimes in. Great to see you, Chris. And he mentions, what do you think about NHRA making a video game? It has been long overdue. That's what I think, Chris. Now, let me, as Wes Buck mentioned, the developers, which elude me at this point, they did take a crack at the Street Outlaws game, and it apparently was no good. I never picked it up. I never played it. I don't have an opinion on the Street Outlaws game one way or the other. That's not to say what we will get as a NHRA product will not be a good product, and here's why. If you look at the history of game developers, they usually roll out a game, and it's okay, but they learn where they need to improve. They roll out the next game, and it's that much better, and they roll out the next game, and it's that much better. Hopefully, whatever was the issue with Street Outlaws, that's worked out, and the NHRA platform and title and name and branding, it will be a stellar game. I'm looking forward to whatever they put out. I hope that it is on PC. I'm a PC gamer at this point in my life, and I look forward to going back into virtual NHRA drag racing I remember playing the last one that was on PC. It was a lot of fun, and you had to know a little bit about tuning to get that car down the track, or at least know how to pick the right crew chief to help you to go rounds. Sam, what are your thoughts on Yellow Bullet last weekend? Man, wow. Pro mods are just insane. Pro mods are just insane. What door cars are doing right now in the sport, from NHRA level to Yellow Bullet level to PDRA level, absolutely insane. Remember, it really wasn't that long ago, Bill Koeman with the first 200 mile per hour pass, and everybody was like, oh, a door car went 200 miles per hour, and here they can run over 250. We're talking about only 50 miles per hour away from 300. I mean, folks, your street vehicle can easily go 50 miles per hour. You've been 50 miles per hour. It's like it's not that much more of a gap to 300. And they're pushing the performance. Stellar performance. Apparently a tough accident as well for at least one competitor, and a great event that is put on there at Jim Halsey's place. And overall, Sam, just pro mods, how insane door cars have become. How insane door cars have become. Speaking of door cars, Dallas Glenn, I want to make this remark. Dallas Glenn picks up his first win at Zmax. A little bit of controversy there, wondering who won, who got it, but they figured it out. Congratulations, Dallas Glenn. Got to talk to him on the Competition Plus Power Hour Tuesday night. And Dallas Glenn's win, ladies and gentlemen, is more than just a rookie's first win. It is more than that. It is the first win of a new dawning in time in NHRA Pro Stock. I think that's what it is. Right now in NHRA Pro Stock, you've got Troy Coughlin Jr., you've got Kyle Koretsky, Mason McGahey, you have Dallas Glenn, you have the Quadra brothers, you have several young names that are ready and willing to take the place of those that are more established. That's not to take anything away from Greg Anderson. I think Greg Anderson has got many more years. He's obviously tough to beat. He's been number one at every race so far and has already got some Wallies to boot. Erica Enders, we can't think of her as an older driver. She is in that weird place. She's a veteran, but she's not old. She's still a young gal, and she's got many more years ahead of her, many more championships ahead of her. But Dallas Glenn's win, mark it. It is the beginning of the wins for a new group of individuals in Pro Stock. Remember, Mason McGahey's already been there, not in win, but advanced deep in rounds. Remember, Kyle Koretsky's already been in final rounds. We're waiting on Troy Coughlin to get there, but nonetheless, he will get there with Elite Motorsports and the backing that he has got behind him and the caliber of driver that he is. So, buckle up is all I'm saying, and look forward to the future of NHRA drag racing in NHRA Pro Stock. I think it's here, ladies and gentlemen. We're not waiting for it. It is here. And what is happening elsewhere in the door car world beyond Pro Mod and beyond Pro Stock, I think is fascinating, especially when you look at the PDRA. The PDRA right now has a rise of new young ladies in door cars. Camry Caruso for one of them. You have the other lady in the green Camaro. I remember the Camaro. I cannot remember her name, but she is also in Pro Outlaw 632. So the future is bright for door cars in Pro Stock, in Pro Mod, and the future coming quickly, being upon us, and us interacting with it and experiencing it. Look out for these new names. Look out for these new names for sure. In other news, NHRA is selling the Glendora facility. Wow. Let me say this, though. That is not to say any doom and gloom. I am not one of those individuals. If you look at the sale of the Glendora facility as, oh, the NHRA is about to go bankrupt. Oh, the NHRA is about to fold. Oh. That is not it. I think this is a smart move by the NHRA. Taking a bulk of its operations and moving closer to Indianapolis, to Brownsburg, Indiana, and establishing there the future for themselves to be able to operate as a body for drag racing and a proponent for the entire sport and moving it forward. I think, frankly, when you put together the TV package, making the move of selling the Glendora facility, announcing a video game, things like that, folks, we're getting some things from the NHRA that we've wondered for many years, decades, in fact, where are you? What are you doing? Why haven't you done this? Why haven't you done that? And they are doing some of those things now. So kudos to the NHRA. Really, all we're waiting on at this point is an all-star race. That might come out before long. You never know. You might come out before long. American Hot Rod Entertainment, he chimes in. Let's see what he's saying. Darren, all I know is Pomona better stay the first and last race of the year. Darren, I know you're a Pomona guy, and I know it's in the area, and I definitely expect for that they're going to remain. Something is going to remain in Southern California for the NHRA for sure. Something is going to remain. That is definite. But I disagree. I do not think Pomona needs 2 races a year. It needs 1. Let it have its most traditional race, which is in fact the Winter Nationals. It is not the finals. Let it have the Winter Nationals, kick off the season, and I think we need to end the season in Las Vegas in conjunction with the SEMA show, it being the finals, also tightening up the schedule. Most teams are already asking for the schedule to be smaller than what it is right now. So Pomona keeps the Winter Nationals, finals go elsewhere, and even rotated. I'm fine with rotating the finals because in saying that, and what I would like to see, the 2 4-wide facilities, I would like to see them rotate that race. And there only be 1 4-wide a year, rotated between the 2 facilities. That's what I would like to see. And I don't think we have to have the finals end in the same place every year. I don't think that has to happen. Why not at some time, maybe if it works out, end back at Gainesville for all I know, in Florida? Who knows? I think moving forward, spicing things up in the schedule in other places are going to be beneficial to motorsports bodies. Example, NASCAR. They've been locked into like 5-year contracts and they can't move dates around. That's not good for them. I don't think it's also good for the NHRA. We need to be able to move dates around, rotate through some other tracks. You know, a track doesn't always have to be on the schedule every year. Bring in some new tracks. Tulsa, for example. Let's bring Tulsa in, and maybe we don't race there every year, but we rotate through it, and we have those things planned out where it's not as detrimental to the tracks and the facilities that bank on those type of races. Maybe we make sure they hold a regional if they don't have a national event. So, folks, as we look forward to this weekend, there is some weather. There is some weather involved. We got to watch out for that. They've already decided to say, hey, we're going to postpone the sportsman side of things. That's a smart move. Don't want those guys out in the mud and getting stuck. That has happened plenty of times. And also, interestingly enough, the new tree, from what I understand, will debut at Houston. You remember, everybody, we saw the photos. We kind of thought it would come out of Atlanta. It didn't come out of Charlotte. And what is going to happen is going to debut in Houston. I'm looking forward to seeing this fan-friendly tree that will be able to recognize the staging process that much easier and and notice its firing order, if you will, lighting order, and who's green, who's red, and who's done what. I hope from a filming perspective, it's that much easier as well. Very quickly, American Hot Rod Entertainment. I would like Southern California to build a new state-of-the-art racetrack, though. That would be cool to see. That would be cool to see. And you got to weigh, do we keep Pomona? Do we not keep Pomona? And that market has just become such a tough market for development. Who knows? You never know what might happen in the future, Darren. But I know what's going to happen in the future of this show. Folks, we're going to take a break. And right after the break, we're going to bring on the one and only Mr. 2020 NHRA Rookie of the Year, Justin Ashley. He's next on Between the Slicks. Yes, you can now get Monday Morning Racer swag. Shop SpeedShark.com. Team SpeedShark. They can hook you up with Monday Morning Racer apparel. Not only Monday Morning Racer apparel, we're talking about apparel for Johnny Placino, Camry Caruso, Frankie the Madman Taylor, and more to come soon. Check them out at ShopSpeedShark.com or at your next race at the SpeedShark trailer. Justin Ashley.
Monday Morning Racer, what's going on? Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Man, thank you for coming on. We're definitely looking forward to having your new partners on in just a few moments. But I wanted to talk a little bit of drag racing, just you, Mono a Mono, everyone else on the show, and then we'll bring them on. So, man, look, first question that I've got for you, look, okay. You've got a great hot rod. You got a great team, and you're bringing on new sponsors and partners, and that car is all stickered up, and it's like, I mean, man, if you in your interviews went through the whole list, we just be, that would be the show itself. And you're a good-looking kid, and you communicate well. I gotta ask, do you feel any weight on your shoulders of, in effect, being the future of the NHRA? Has that hit you yet? Do you get those conversations already? Does Glenn, the president, come by you, put his arm and like, kid, we're banking on you. Come on, kid. I mean.
Well, I don't know about, Glenn coming over to me and necessarily, putting his arm around me and saying a thing or two. But, there's certainly weight on my shoulders for sure. But at the same time, when it comes to expectations, nobody is going to place higher expectations on me than myself. And it's just that simple. I expect to go out there and have that responsibility. I have that responsibility to go out there and perform for our partners, to perform for our team, and to perform for NHRA in general. And that's just simply something that I expect. And without pressure, you're not putting yourselves in the right situation. So I'm excited about it. I love that responsibility. I love all that. And, with our great partners, I look forward to continuing on this journey.
Oh, I definitely believe you've got a lot of continuing to do on the journey. It most immediately will be down to Houston Raceway Park, Baytown, Texas. They are calling for some rain, though, man. Do you like your chances with rain? The last time there was rain involved, you won. So you feel like you got to keep doing some rain dances, and maybe you become one of those oddities in racing that, every time there's a rain delay, this guy wins.
Yeah, I think maybe that's going to be my thing from now on. I'm hoping that this time in Houston, I don't have to wait 46 days between a semifinal and a final. But, of course, I love our chances going into it. We have an amazing team. Mike Green and the Davis Motorsports team do an awesome job. I'm just a lucky kid who gets to sit in there and drive and represent our awesome sponsors. I might throw in a little rain dance once or twice on Saturday and Sunday to maybe get the good luck and the good mojo going. But other than that, everyone's, has to be able to control what they can control, and we're all under the same circumstances. It's going to be tricky out there with the rain and the varying conditions, but we just want to do our very best to make this smart sanitizer top fuel dragster powered by strutmasters.com go right on through there and have a really successful weekend.
So Houston as a track, you've been there, you were there last year. Yeah. And what do you think of it? Is it a track that the lanes are extremely equal? Is one favor another? Are there any challenges as a driver at that facility you've got to look out for what type of track is Houston itself?
Well, I think something that's going to be interesting, as you had mentioned earlier in your show, is the new tree. I'm not sure how much that's going to affect drivers. From my point of view, I'm not going to change anything I do. I think it's more so for the fans than anything else. But that's always something to keep in mind. Anything that changes the routine up a little or changes what we're used to seeing from the starting line. But I think that Houston in general is a good racetrack. Both lanes are usually very good. It's a nice facility, and I know that with the conditions being what they are, if it becomes overcast, guys can run fast. Guys will be able to run in the low 70s. So it should make for an interesting event. It should be a very competitive event, and I'm sure both lanes are going to be great. NHRA has done an awesome job of doing the very best that they can to make sure that we put on an event here for the fans this weekend, and it's going to be fun.
Definitely, it's going to be fun, and I know you had to have fun Monday at the Monday National Zmax Dragway. 3 total test hits from what I recall. Give me a rundown on testing and what you thought about it and what y'all might have found moving ahead.
Yeah, we tried some new things during testing. It was a really good opportunity for us to get out there and make some hits, and we spent the day kind of just taking our time, making some changes, and we ended up making 3 passes. The last of which was a full pull, 377 to 325, just to make sure, we went A to B and got the car on through there. And then before that, I clicked it off early at the 8th, and I think we went a 386 at 270 or something like that. So, we got the data that we really wanted to get. And it was a very successful test session. For me, anytime I get to sit in the race car is a blessing. And it's really great and it's really fun. So it was a great day out there. It was nice to be able to get some more content. Some more pictures and videos of the car for our awesome new sponsors, the Smart Sanitizer, and of course everybody's Strut Masters and Chip Lofton. So it was really a successful test session, and it's really exactly what we needed heading into Houston Raceway Park this weekend.
All right, man. Look, recently a lot of news rolling out for the NHRA. Very quickly, your thoughts on a game title for the NHRA and the move from Glendora to Brownsburg. What are your thoughts as an NHRA competitor on the matters?
Well, I think they're doing everything they should be doing in terms of a video game. That's excellent. From a personal standpoint, I believe it was in 2007 when my father was racing Funny Car. I played the NHRA Countdown to the Championship game on PlayStation 2, probably way too many times and hours a day, adjusting my tune-up and kind of adjusting my driving style just through that video game. I think it's awesome. I think it helps bring NHRA into the mainstream media, which is super important. So I totally love everything that they're doing with the video game. It'll be a great showcase and another opportunity to showcase our awesome sponsors and our awesome partners as well. And then in terms of the move from Glendora to Indianapolis, I really don't know much about it, but I do know that everything NHRA is doing is because they think it's in the best interest of NHRA and its drivers. So I have full confidence in everybody there that, the move's for the right reasons. And I'm excited to see what the future holds in Indianapolis.
Depending on how they rate the drivers, let me give the Madden scale.
Uh-oh.
So how do you think in the new game, what should your overall be? Look, we know driving capability, that you'll have the highest reaction time of all of them, and that's going to peg that overall. But yeah, where do you think you should sit on the overall number? All the football players like to look at that, so the drag racers are going to have to look at that for sure. Where do you think you should sit?
Oh, man, they do love to look at that. And, you're putting me in a very difficult position because, I don't like to talk about myself. And now you're asking me to rate myself, and I'm going to try and dance around this question to the best of my ability, aren't I? But now, listen, man, whatever rating I decide to get, I'll be happy with it. I'm just happy to be in a video game. Are you kidding me? When I was a kid, I played that game in 2007, and, I was every driver you could possibly imagine, from John Force to Tony Schumacher to everybody, Tony Petragon up and down the list. And now I'm going to get a chance to be myself, which will be a little bit funky, but it'll be a little bit cool. And listen, whatever they rate me, that's cool. I'm cool with it. I just got to do my job on the track, and I know that rating will go up.
There you go. That rating will go up, and I got to give him a call. Maybe I can edge my way in there somehow and be like some extra on the line or something.
What we can do is, if you're okay with it, of course, we can attach your image, your brand to the back of my parachutes.
That's what we need to do.
This is what we do. We work together and we'll make it
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, we need to do that.
Liven up the game a little bit. We'll see.
Liven up the game. Liven up the game. We definitely got to get my image on those parachutes, and I can't wait for the one where it just spins. It's like, and it's just going around and around and around, because that is me all weekend out there, full blast, blast. Well, Justin, look, thank you for the time right now. Let's get your partners on and let's chat with them about their product and their passion that they have and how that all correlates into their brand new experience in the world of drag racing. Let's get them on, man.
Let's do it.
And we'll do that by taking a break. If I can find it, I have found it. Word from Powerbuilt Tools. Powerbuilt Tools exemplifies innovation in the tool industry. From hand tools, power tools, and even tool storage. Check out powerbuilt.com for Powerbuilt Tools. And remember, use promo code MMR15 for 15% off at purchase. And welcome to the show, Victoria. How you doing?
Hi, guys. Good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, Monday Morning Racer. And hi, Justin. I heard amazing things that you said. So exciting, and I'm very happy to see you guys.
Well, look, it is a pleasure to have you here, and looking forward to just talking about drag racing and your experience. First, let's go over what Smart Sanitizer is. I'm going to bring up some footage, and then you give us the lowdown, okay?
Okay, sure. I don't know where I was supposed to talk, or I was supposed to talk like
You're good. You're good. No, you're good. Yeah, we showed the footage. You're good. You could have talked through it. I know this much. It's bigger than Justin. It's taller than him.
A big hauler, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, right.
Actually, second time talking publicly in my life, so forgive me for not being super professional.
You're good.
I like to have fun along the way. That's the most important, yes, right? In everything. So you saw the Smart Sanitizer. It's not just smart. It's not just another sanitizing station that is taking, valuable real estate, whether it's in a supermarket chain or in a shopping mall. It's profit center, is a profit center for you guys. We want to help businesses who lost their revenues during this difficult time for everybody. And we like to help you guys to generate some revenues through our revenue sharing program. So when you approach the sanitizer, you sanitize your hands, you sanitize your personal items such as keys and wallets, and of course your cell phone, because that's, the actually cell phone, they carry so much germs that you wouldn't believe it. So while you do that, you are watching on LED screen ads, different ads from different vendors, and you're learning different products that out there, different announcements, different things, and which is great for companies, and which is great for businesses to have another advertising platform that we are able to provide to them. And all of that will be managed by our Smart Sanitizer app that was created by my partner, Michael Healy, by his company, Tango Systems. And it's super easy to use, super friendly for both parties, for customers as well as businesses. So the Smart Sanitizer is a great product. It's super easy to use. One more amazing feature the smart sanitizer has is temperature reader. When you come closer to the sanitizer, you put your palm and it reads your temperature, records your temperature. You guys, I can't wait to, show to the world basically the best sanitizer out there. I mean, what are the, like, what else can I tell you? It's the best sanitizer out there.
No, look, let me start with this. So Justin, you had the kiosk out there, and even Glenn Cromwell came by and used it. What was the reaction from fans, Glenn himself? I know for me, I used it. I even sanitized my shades in the object sanitizer. But the hand sanitizer portion, I liked how, it sprayed. I didn't have to touch anything, and it was a nice hand sanitizer. Like, there's some out there that leaves your hands all oily. It didn't do that. And it was a very pleasing hand sanitizer and experience interacting with the kiosk. So what was the reaction from the fans and El Presidente himself there, Justin?
Yeah, it was an outstanding reaction from the fans. This was the first race that we were able to bring out the kiosk and place it in front of our rig for fans to come by and see. And you know the way NHRA is, there's so many thousands and thousands of fans who walk up and down and have a chance to engage with you as a driver, with the teams themselves, and in this case, the kiosk. And the overwhelming reaction from Glenn Cromwell and from the fans was extremely positive. This is not a standard sanitizing machine where you see some Purell there and you click on it and you pump it and some sanitizer comes out. This is exactly what it says it is. It is a smart sanitizer. It has so many amazing features, that Victoria touched on, between the temperature checker, the sanitizing of the hands, which feels great, which smells great, by the way, the disinfecting of the phone and the keys and the wallet, the mask dispenser. But the coolest part to me about it is the opportunity for businesses to actually have a hand sanitizer station, a cleansing station, and actually make money with it. The screen that's on there enables the houser of the machine, or the holder, or the business who has the machine, to sell advertising to its vendors. And that's what it's all about. In twofold, it's about keeping the consumers and the individuals safe, and at the same time providing businesses with the opportunity to make money. And I think it does a great job of doing both. And I think the fans, I think Glenn Cromwell, I think that everybody out there was able to really see its benefits. And we're going to bring it with us to each race. So we look forward to introducing it to the NHRA community and more businesses along the way.
Yeah, Victoria, I mean, it's innovative. And one, I remarked at the track, I'm like, wow, you've got a spot to sanitize your objects. Like, no one has thought about that. I haven't seen that anywhere else. And as you said, cell phones, I mean, everybody takes them everywhere, places that they shouldn't go.
Yes.
They go, and they come out with everything else. And the temperature reader, which, by the way, it read for me hot. I'm just saying, it read for me as hot. But nonetheless, great product. And the business opportunity of having that screen as you're there and putting ads, kudos to you and your team. That's very well done and put together. And what does the future look like? How many units are we talking about? What is the sky for Smart Sanitizer and getting this product out there and connecting with businesses? Unlimited.
And we actually we launching our Smart Sanitizer in England. So I'm very excited. But of course, we want to focus on US as well first, number one, and England. And then who knows, maybe we'll be global company. But under Smart Sanitizer umbrella, we are actually about to launch our food sanitizer for, for households, for offices, for medical places, for museums, for open houses, when a whole bunch of people coming to check, properties, right? You don't want to have germs walking around your property when you're showing them. So this is the completely different item, completely different product that I haven't seen yet. So I'm very excited about it. And as well as just a desktop sanitizer. We came up with a miniature sanitizer that would be great for offices. I mean, everyone is coming back to offices, and sanitizing here to stay for sure. We've been so, like brainwashed, whether the pandemic will, hopefully will go away and everything will be fine. But, what's next? And flu is still here. So I feel like with our products, we will keep everyone a little bit safer, cleaner, especially kids going into a supermarket and touching everything. And then you buying everything and you bringing home. So when this unit, when you have it right in front of the entry point, and everybody sanitize their hands, it just makes everybody else that much more safer, and a safer environment for everybody. So there are a lot of things exciting going on under Smart Sanitizer, empire that I'm trying to build. And this is my uniform that I will be wearing everywhere until we are, build this huge empire that will be, well known globally. So this is where we are, and we are very excited to partnership with Justin and Justin Racing Team. I was very excited and very blown away by everything how was happening at the race in Charlotte. I had so much fun, as you can tell. I am going with my family to Houston. Yes, I heard the weather's not that great, but we still will have fun. Basically, now I'm so into racing that I just want to go every race. Support Justin, support racing community, support the sport, and bring some safety in with our Smart Sanitizer.
Hey, Justin, the Great Britain release, their Sanipod. Maybe the car needs to go over and, do an unveiling of the kiosk there at Sanipod.
Listen, whatever we got to do, to get these machines in front of the right people. That's what we're going to do. There we go. Victoria loves it. That's all we need to hear. She's going to be she may have committed to the rest of the season of being at all the races without even realizing it. So we may have to hold her to that now. But yeah, it's awesome, man. We're having a great time. Victoria talks about having fun while we're doing it too. And that's what it's all about, right? We're out there, competing. We're out there, working with businesses, but we're out there to have fun too.
Exactly. You bring the energy, and that's how I want to build my company. Like, everybody just has to have fun first. We do serious stuff, but we're having fun first. So even in serious meetings, I like to joke a little bit, just, to get things going. It's boring to do just like serious stuff. We have to have fun with everything. That's my strategy, and that's how I've been with everything. It's working great, so
there you go. Hey, fun, all capitalized. That's the best way to do it, for sure.
Exactly.
Well, look, you talked about wearing the uniform. Look, the uniform that Justin is wearing looks exceptional, looks great. Love how the car looks out. Shout out to Rich Bailey. It looks really good, what he put out there. Justin, I'm going to bring this photo up. It's Friday night, under the lights. About to be in one of the last quads of nitromethane qualifying in a top fueler, and the car is under wraps. Take me through the feeling of an unveiling. You got to unveil a brand new car, dude, and you're under there somewhere in the darkness. I mean, what were you doing?
Dude, how cool is that, right? How often are you going to have the opportunity to actually sit in a race car and unveil a race car in front of thousands of NHRA fans and a really, really good looking race car at that? I was sitting there, and I guess I hadn't really put too much thought into the fact that I was going to be covered myself. There was going to actually be a cover on top of me. So I was like, oh, maybe this is my opportunity to just hang out. Maybe I could take a quick nap. No, I'm just kidding. But eventually, just to hear them make the announcement, to have Victoria and Michael from Smart Sanitizer start to take the tarp off and just see the crowd, see the sea of people, and know that, we have all the Smart Sanitizer community in their new uniforms around us, our awesome team led by Mike Green, and we can really introduce this product to this new community and certain specific individuals and businesses. Man, it was just an amazing feeling, something that I'm proud of. And I'm proud to be a part of the struntmasters.com and smartsanitizer.com team, and just really, really exciting times lying ahead.
I'm actually so, like so blessed to hear that, and to have your energy and to believe, like into our product. It's just amazing. I just forgot, I just want to announce one more thing. One of the brains of our company, Michael Healy, actually after me, and I'm just kidding. Yeah, super smart, and he always comes with these innovative, amazing ideas. And his last idea was, why don't we build a breathalyzer that's for clubs, for, especially Las Vegas, right, where our corporate office is, to attach to the machine and place them at the bars, at the lounges, at the clubs, and have it promoted as a safety. You breathalyze it, and you get automatic message to your phone, what's your level, whether you can drive or not. And it's just for fun, when you go this whole bunch of people, see how drunk you are, right? So that's another thing that's coming out, and I think it will be huge in this fun industry, which I care about, to have fun, right? And I think we're all ready to attend some fun events, and so we're almost ready to launch this new idea, and that will keep keep everybody safe, right? We have to drink safely at the safer level, and hopefully we will partnership with some other organizations who follows for driving safely, drunk driving and things like that. So I'm very excited about this new addition to a smart sanitizer and being safe.
Well, I think that'll be a great fit out in Las Vegas. Last time I was there for the Four Wides, I found out they have oxygen bars. Like you can go from the bar and then get oxygen to go back to the bar. It's like
maybe that's another thing I should think of.
And they have IV bars. Like you can go and like a licensed nurse can put an IV in you, so you get better from your drunken state to get drunk again. I mean, what? Who knew? There you go. There you go. Las Vegas.
Exactly. We don't want drunk, people leaving the bars, and it's better of taking Uber. But how do you know how drunk you are, right? Without trying and without getting notification. Hey, are you high, or are you like, what's your level of drunkenness, right? Right.
So Victoria, you standing there next to that veiled car, what was the energy like at Zmax Dragway, in that stadium of drag racing, and being out there at the starting line? What were your thoughts as they were unveiling that Top Fuel machine?
Well, you didn't see my reaction. No, I'm just kidding. I was very surprised. I was very surprised, as you noticed. I mean, this is my first time ever, so I didn't know what to expect. I just knew that it's the fastest car in the world, and but I mean, unveiling the car and having the logos that I created in end of November, in December, and prototyping, the product, right, and launching it, and then seeing it on a beautiful car in front of audience, in front of like millions of people on a TV. How do you think I felt? I felt like super excited, and I still feel excited. But, when I look at it, it's just like such a good looking car. I went to a fashion school. So if I tell you something is good looking, it's good looking. So it's a good looking car. Super excited, and super excited to bring my family to Houston and have them experience. I'm going to be filming their reaction.
There you go. More baptized by Nitro. Great. Yeah, it's a great looking car. Rich did a good job with it. It looks fast sitting still, which every race car needs to have that look to it. And look, I got to ask Justin, you know, brand new fire suit. Did any of the kinks from the old one get worked out? I mean, you got a little bit more room from the manscaped areas or anything? I mean, you know, everything worked out? You know, it fits good, feels good?
Yeah, well, first, let me start by saying I myself did not go to a fashion school. So I'm glad Victoria did to design this stuff, because if I did, I'm not sure it would have came out so hot. But yeah, that car looks so good, and that fire suit is great. It has just an awesome design to it, and really helps to pronounce our sponsors on there and makes it that much more visible. But in terms of comfortability, yeah, I mean, I guess I could kind of, you know, use that first fire suit to work the kinks out and make sure that it fit correctly, and it needed some adjustments. And this time, the guys at Impact did an amazing job. They got me that fire suit in such a short period of time. Really, my hat's off to everybody at Impact and Impact Racing. They got me that awesome suit in probably half the time it usually takes, and it looks awesome. And I'll just tell you, everywhere it fits awesome. I'll leave it at that. It's just super comfortable, and you know, it might seem like something that's little, but when you're driving, it is the little things that matter. And you want to feel comfortable, and you feel good, you look good, you do good. You know, all that stuff kind of goes full circle. So really love the fire suit, love the way it looks, love the way it fits for sure.
Awesome.
You look very handsome in it. I mean, I have.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. He, you know, I took that one photo. I'm like, yeah, kid's looking good. He's looking good out here.
I love that photo. I'm like,
yeah. You know,
I
kind of looking off. You know,
I do not have sunglasses.
Very serious.
Yeah,
I need a pair of Monday Morning Racer sunglasses.
Yeah, you need some Sutros.
We can put the Smart Sanitizer logos there on the lens. But
there's plenty of room.
We're working on it.
Plenty of room.
Another marketing tool, huh?
There you go.
Yeah, another marketing tool.
To fans, to special people, right? Yep.
So speaking of marketing, drag racing prides itself on accessibility over all the other motorsports. And you've experienced IndyCar, you've experienced NASCAR. What was it like having so much close interaction to fans who are people that are going to be experiencing and using those kiosks that you're going to be putting out? And many of them, other racers, are small business owners and seeing your product as something to put in their lobbies and forums. So what was it like being elbow to elbow with so many people at a motorsports event?
It was actually an incredible experience, and I really needed it. As I was watching people using it, it actually brought to my attention some of the little tweaks that I need to tweak it. And actually this morning I was on a 3-hour call with our manufacturers going over that, because I want to have the best product. I want to have the best possible quality that we can produce. So interaction, that was the key. You know, talking to people, getting their feedbacks, asking them if they like it, what they think about it. Amazing experience. And I just felt like I was a part of the team, and also part of having like real customers trying my product. So the whole experience, it was very, very good, very, very positive. So yeah, very happy with it. And I will continue that, you know, from now on. So that's why I'm going to Houston, very excited to experience, you know, more of that.
Man, that's good to hear. And look, only in NHRA drag racing would you really have been able to do that in motorsports. And I'm so glad for you and your team and the product itself that North Carolina decided to lift restrictions and the floodgates opened. What a good crowd Sunday. I know it wasn't sold out, but it was a good crowd there for eliminations. And I know you got to be glad. I know you've got to be glad of that, Justin. And look, when I'm on the line at Zmax, that's the second time I've been there. It's almost like you get this losing balance feeling because you're in that stadium bowl. Does it feel different driving there? Now, I know you pride yourself on, you know, zoning things out and you're just focused, but, you know, when you're getting wheeled around, does it feel different than other tracks?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it certainly does. And you kind of feel the enormity of the track itself. I mean, you know, when you're racing and there's 4 lanes and there's 3 other cars with you as opposed to, you know, mano-a-mano, one-on-one, you feel that in and of itself. But just the way they set up that facility and the job Bruton Smith has done over there at Zmax Dragway is really amazing. I think that the things that stand out the most to me are that stadium setting when you kind of turn the corner and go to the staging lanes, and you almost feel like you're performing in front of a football type stadium where it's inside of a bowl, and you really feel the enormity of the situation and all the fans that are there in attendance. And then obviously when you come into the drag strip, I think that far and away in terms of tracks, they have the most beautiful entryway into any kind of track or any kind of drag racing facility. It's just gorgeous, and as it should be because of the kind of sport that we do. And really it's all about the fans and providing the racers with a good facility, a good track to race on, and providing fans with an opportunity to enjoy themselves at a facility that is so nice. So yeah, I think certainly, when they start the car, all that stuff kind of goes away, and me and I'm sure all the other drivers just hone in and focus on what we have to do. But we're definitely aware of how beautiful and how nice Zmax Dragway really is.
And I imagine that there were more fans there than a Jets game.
Yeah, very funny. You got to take a parting shot at me, don't you? You couldn't just leave me alone, could you? Listen.
Hey,
what am I going to do, right? What am I going to do?
I'm not done. Pops here says, Lee, I won Houston 17 years ago. Now it's Justin's turn this weekend. So no pressure, man. Dad's expecting a win on an anniversary.
Listen, that's right. I said, listen, trust me, I would love nothing more. That's the plan. Every weekend is to go in there and put on a show for our sponsors and for the fans and win the race. So, great competition, the best competition in the world. And we just got to focus on what we control and put our best foot forward. And, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun.
So, Victoria, you obviously have a winning product, but you look ahead and your logo, your branding, your company in the NHRA victory circle with Justin Ashley. How do you think you're going to feel? What's going to be your reaction on that day?
When we win?
Yes, when you win.
No, we're definitely going to win. I'm pretty strong, so I'm just gonna lift Justin. And I'm gonna be super excited, and we're gonna drink a whole bunch of champagne all together and just have a big party for everybody. Like I said, like at the conference, tequila for everybody. It's gonna be champagne for everybody. So, I can't wait.
There we go. We need to be at that one for sure. Make sure I'm at the track, Justin, for that one.
I want to attend every race.
That's it.
I have to be there at that moment.
That's it. Exactly. We listen, I'm saying it right now, live here on Monday Morning Racer. I don't drink. However, when Victoria's at the track, when the Smart Sanitizer team is at the track and we win the race, I will gladly celebrate and drink champagne. 100%. And then we can get back to New York City, to Newtown Loft and Terrace, and we'll throw a party there and celebrate there. But
exactly. Yes, here in New York City, where I'm based. Yes, 29th Street and 5th Avenue. We own a Midtown Loft and Terrace. Beautiful event space. So I will invite people. We'll have an after party. Why not?
Right. That's right.
There you go. Well, hopefully you're able to win, and we got champagne there, and Alexis DeJoria is able to win in Funny Car all in the same weekend, and it's like party to party.
That's right.
With the winners.
I like that. I like to roll. I like to party for sure.
There we go. Well, look, guys. Thank you for being on the Between the Slicks party. I greatly appreciate it. Justin, it's been good talking to you once again. Victoria, all the success to you for Smart Sanitizer. Thank you for being involved, partnering, and seeing the value of NHRA drag racing.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are super happy to be part of the racing team and racing community. And thank you so much for NHRA for hosting us, and Justin Ashley racing team, everybody. His dad, Michael Ashley. Thank you so much, you guys. Believing in our product, believing in us, and we will do this, and we will build, as I said, we will build the Smart Sanitizer empire, and no less, no less than that. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Lee. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, guys.
And it's only the Monday Morning Racer now. Folks, we've come to the conclusion once again of Between the Slicks, a show that I think is the most diverse drag racing talk show out there. Where else are you going to hear from sponsors, drivers, promoters, crew chiefs. Plan on talking to them all. It's even my plan to have a special fan night. I'm hoping to do that on the 52nd episode. This is episode 47. Hope at the 52nd episode to have several fans of NHRA drag racing and just talk about why drag racing, NHRA, and elsewhere is so great. Look, this is how you can help me. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you hit like and the share button on the show. I really think when I first started the show, to get thousands of views, and there seems like there's been some throttling of Facebook Live for whatever reason. So help me. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and tell your drag racing buddies about right here, Between the Slicks with Monday Morning Racer. Come talk drag racing. And before we go, I definitely want to do a better job of mentioning this next week, but Todd Yuntz, his brother, I believe it is, Brian, he won Best Appearing Car at Zmax Dragway for the 4-wide Nat. So go check that out on NHRA.com. It should be somewhere next week. I need to remember. I'll show you the picture of the car. It's a beautiful dragster, beautiful tribal all over in pink and yellows and blacks. It's great looking car. He won, Brian did, the Best Appearing Car. And that's important. That's important, man. There are some great appearing drag cars out there. Folks, let's pull the chutes on Between the Slicks. Thank you for watching this episode. I appreciate it greatly. Next week, Caleb Cox, general manager of Cruise Petragon, he got in touch with me. Might have a special guest that is a fan of drag racing, that used to be a professional wrestler, and, well, in the tag team world, from a borough of New York City, brought some heat. I'll put it that way. Might just have him on the show. Until next time, I'm the Monday Morning Racer. God bless, and keep the pedal to the metal.